Dear students, we are continuing our tutorials about different techniques with Painter. So I'm going now to make a mixture between watercolor and drawing tool. And to do so, I have already my sketch from this first tutorial. Going to select now a watercolor tool, like for example, realistic watercolor. And I would like to get one called in German Farbauftrag. Rausch, and I'm going to select the lasso tool. I'm going to select the area that I would like to be painting with the watercolor tool. I have my brush called Farbauftrag. In this case, I have to be aware which kind of Farbauftrag I have. I'm going to medium, and here we can have all the informations that are responsible for this brush open. Brush is going to react to the Farbauftrag and not to the paper. So I'm going to start painting with it. I'm grabbing underground in yellow, and for me to be painting here I would like to pause first the rendering because I would like to have this all connected. Afterwards I'm getting some orange type of red. I'm increasing the size of my brush, always considering the direction, and at the parts that I would like to have it a little bit darker, I'm adding a little bit more color in it. Okay, afterwards, let me grab something to do this lower part of it as well, a little bit of shadow. I can do the highlights afterwards as well with the drawing tool. Okay, and now I can start rendering it, and we can see that the whole thing gets a little bit outside of the illustration. You can decide if you would like to keep this, because I kind of think it's quite nice, or if you would like to erase it. I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to open a new layer on top of that one. And now I'm going to start working with a combination from this watercolor tool together with the drawing tool. So I'm going back to Realistic 2B, which is a drawing tool that I really like to be working with. And I'm going to be adding some details in here. I'm going to grab some light rose to bring some lightness, like this reflective lightness. I'm going to get some darker red to bring some more shadow. And I'm going to be building up a three-dimensional type of apple, but leaving the quality of watercolor that just blurred out of the illustration. Okay, so I'm grabbing some more darkness, bringing up some more details. You can see here that I'm working all the time between the brush and the eyedropper so that I'm picking up colors already existent in the illustration, and I'm not adding any kind of strange color to the image at this point. All right. Make this part invisible again, because sometimes the drawing just takes my attention out of the important parts of it. And afterwards I would like to be adding some highlights, so I'm picking up some white and I'm adding some lighter spots in here. I need to do some more shadows underneath it as well, just to delimitate a little bit more this apple area from this strong frame that we have from the watercolor. But now I could just change this. Okay, so I'm just going to save the selection. So go underneath, under selection, save selection, so that if I would need to call back this selection again, I could still do it. So afterwards, I'm going to deselect it by pressing Command D, and now you can see how my apple looks like. If this frame around it is disturbing, we can still go back and say load selection. I have then my apple selection here, and I can go and say inverse selection. I would need to go, of course, to the watercolor layer, and then I could just delete it. And then Command D. And now I would have my apple painted with the watercolor and the pencil realistic 2B. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and we're going to see more on the next one. Bye bye!